gentlemen evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and especially Pavneet. I could not be prouder on this occasion to have my very own mentee finish her competent communication level. Within less than 4 months, I've watched her go from a timid person new to the country to a brilliant storyteller, probably one of the best storytellers we have in the club. I could be a little biased. So here, Pavneet, is your spoonful of sugar. Speech number 10. It was meant to inspire your audience. I believe I was quite inspired for 3 reasons. You picked a message, which every inspiring motivational speaker does, stick to one big, narrow message, so one small, narrow message, my apologies. You inspired by using vulnerability. You spoke about your personal stories as a child who was frustrated when she found dog poop on her shoe. You used personal fear, what you feared most, losing a partner that you lost, as a mechanism to inspire, to engage the audience. You essentially, what I've seen in all your speeches is you fake it till you become it. Not just to make it, but you fake it till you literally become what you want to be. So I've noticed many a times that you have faked confidence, but at the end of the first minute, you actually are confident when you fake it. And I will demonstrate a little later as to how you did that. You started with a great story. Of an anecdote, if I may, of the 2012 Connecticut massacre, which was engaging. You started as if it were a puzzle to draw the audience in right away, as any inspirational speaker that I know does. Your story was quite well connected. From that topic, you jumped to your personal story of being a victim of of fate. And I found that instead of talking at me, which used to be the case in the beginning during your earlier speeches, you were actually talking to me. You were telling me stories just as a very nice teacher does, and I wanted to know what happened to you. Did I get something out of it? Most certainly did, because you used a phrase that pays, as Veronica would say, and you used it consistently, used it about 4 times in 5 minutes. Now, here's what I think we need to work on. I would call it CBC, the C being connect. Although your stories were connected, I want them to run more smoothly. For instance, when you talked about the Connecticut massacre, I wanted to know how it connects to your next story. So sometimes we don't like to use filler words, but sometimes words such as speaking of which could make sense. Secondly, B, body language. I found that you were faking confidence when you were doing this. So let's talk about the very foundation of our body, which is this. If your foundation is not strong enough, it might seem like you're missing something. And the last C is consistency. I want you to use consistent body language, especially when you're talking about the phrase that pays. So I remember it. So the audience finishes your message before you have to say it. Consistent body language.